गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। अक्षय तृतीया की सभी को शुभकामनाएं। गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन present here. As all of you know that today my topic is how to prepare for competitive examination with a special reference to NET, SET and JRF. Let us understand in the beginning what a competition or what a competitive examination is. It is the examination where number of students appear and only those become successful who gives their best. So we have to understand here what is this best. Unless you perform at your highest peak, unless you give your best, you cannot pass, you cannot qualify, you cannot come into any type of competition. And to be a successful competitor, we have to adopt certain norms, we have to follow certain norms. So we have to think here that how we can give our best. जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि जो प्रतियोगिता परीक्षाएं होती हैं उनमें अगर हमको उत्तम से उत्तम, अच्छे से अच्छा, बेस्ट से बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस देना है जिससे कि इन प्रतियोगिताओं में हम उच्चांक प्राप्त कर सकें, मेरिट में जा सकें। अब यहाँ पर जो बात हो रही है प्रतियोगिताएं परीक्षाओं की, व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन, देयर आर नंबर ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस अवेलेबल फॉर फिजिकल एजुकेशन स्टूडेंट्स. If we talk about the postgraduates, then the NET and JRF, which is conducted by NTA, or SET or SLET, which is conducted by respective states, universities of respective states. We can consider this examination for physical education students who are doing postgraduates. But there are other examinations are also, like competitive examination for Navodaya Vidyalaya, competitive examination for Kendriya Vidyalaya, and other state government examination which are conducted by state governments. Those who wants to opt to become assistant professor, a director of physical education, or a sports officer in university and colleges affiliated to university should opt for NET, SET, SLET or JRF. But there are other avenues also available for physical education students. I would like to quote here because the physical education students regularly take part in physical activity. They are quite tough, they are physically fit, they are mentally tough, they are mentally strong, they are smart. So they should also try for entry in army, entry in defense services. So those who are graduates, they can try for CDS examination. Because suppose if you are doing BPEd after graduation, you can try for CDS. Even when you are a student for BA, BCom and BSc, you can try for CDS. Students who are doing BPEd 4 years course after 12th can go for preparation of CDS. They can crack the CDS examination as the syllabus is based on their school curriculum. mathematical reasoning, general awareness, general knowledge, and at the end, fitness and interview. After graduation only, the students from physical education, if they are selected through entry in services for Indian Army, either for Army, Air Force or Navy, they can become commissioned officer and they can get the equal salary of assistant professor. So that is one option which is available for physical education students, and I have seen that very limited students from the field of physical education, they attend or they opt for this option. There is one more option is available if you are doing BPEd 4 year or BPEd 2 years, and if you have taken NCC and if you have completed C certificate in alpha grade, then there is a chance of attending interview directly through 13% quota, but your application should move through your directorate. Your application should go from your unit and then you will get direct interview. You need not attend the written examination there, and you can go for directly interview, and if selected, you will become commissioned officer. So that is one of the very important aspect. I am especially talking today to the graduates of physical education, especially those who are doing BPEd 2 years and those who are doing 4 years BPEd after examination from big institute like LNIP, Gwalior and others, where 4-year BPEd facility is available. So these students, they are fit, they are sportsmen, they are good in English, so they can opt this option. But for example, if you are not interested to join Indian Army and if you want to become assistant professor in affiliated colleges or university, then you should prepare yourself for NET, SET, JRF, and that is also a type of competitive examination. But you have got another option to go to Navodaya Vidyalaya and Kendriya Vidyalaya. But if at all you join there, you will be limiting your services to school education only. To come to higher education, you have to compete at national level. But here, I will focus more on the basics of competitive examination, how you should prepare for any competitive examination, जिसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं प्रतियोगी परीक्षा. यहां पर हमें 3 प्रकार से या 3 चरणों में, what I say, we have to prepare at 3 steps. Before competition means तैयारी का पीरियड, शुरुआत की तैयारी, during competition, and there are certain norms which we have to follow after the competition also. So today I am going to focus more on to make you understand how this best can be given. So as I told you, this best can be given at 3 steps. Number 1, while selecting the examination, you have to be very, very careful when you select a examination. See, what is the criteria of selecting examination? Number 1, you should be eligible. Number 2, it's of your choice. आपके इंटरेस्ट का होना चाहिए, आपकी रुचि उसमें होना चाहिए. The step number 2, what is to be done while preparation of examination, preparation of competitive examination, प्रतियोगी परीक्षा की तैयारी के समय हमें क्या क्या करना है, वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. Then while competition, that means at the time of appearing in the examination, what I should say more exactly, that what should you do during the classroom, during the examination room, on the computer board, that is also very, very important. So if at all you want to become successful in any type of competitive examination, किसी भी प्रतियोगी परीक्षा में, जीवन में किसी भी प्रकार की प्रतियोगी परीक्षा में या प्रतियोगिता में, अगर आपको महत्वपूर्ण तरीके से, सफलतापूर्व तरीके से सफलता पाना है, if at all you want to give your best, then the best can be given at 2 levels. दो चीजों का ध्यान रखना बहुत आवश्यक है। अगर हम प्रतियोगिता की बात कर रहे हैं, कंपटीशन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो मुख्य रूप से यह प्रतियोगिता दो स्तर पर होगी। यह हमारी गलत संकल्पना है। इट इज अवर मिसकंसेप्शन दैट वी आर ऑलवेज कॉम्पिटिंग विथ अदर पर्सन। नो, फॉर प्रिपरेशन ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन you have to have competition with yourself. That is called as intra-individual competition. आपको अपने आप से प्रतियोगिता करना है। अपने आप से प्रतियोगिता करना है मतलब जो भी कमजोरियां आपकी हैं उन्हें पता करके उनको हराना है। You have to fight over your weakness. You have to come out of your weaknesses. जब तक आप इनसे बाहर नहीं आएंगे आप किसी और दूसरे से तैयारी नहीं कर सकते। सो दैट इज नोन एज इंट्रा इंडिविजुअल कॉम्पिटिशन। दैट बिकम्स एन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी क्रूशियल। नंबर 2, इंटर इंडिविजुअल कॉम्पिटिशन। दूसरे प्रतियोगियों के साथ, दूसरे जो प्रतिभागी हैं, प्रतियोगी हैं, उनके साथ आपको स्पर्धा करना है, उनके साथ प्रतियोगिता करना है। यू हैव टू compete with others. You can compete with others only when you prepare better than those who are competing with you. So preparation and giving best becomes the keywords there. So your preparation becomes very important. सामान्य तौर पर बच्चे पूछते हैं कि सर नेट का सिलेबस बहुत बड़ा है या सीडीएस का सिलेबस बहुत बड़ा है या किसी कंपटीशन का सिलेबस बहुत बड़ा है, तो व्हाट शुड बी डन। मेरा स्वयं का ऐसा मानना है कि कोई भी सिलेबस बड़ा नहीं होता या कोई भी सिलेबस छोटा नहीं होता। हमारी योग्यताएं कम या ज्यादा हो सकती हैं। आवर एबिलिटीज आर स्मॉल, a little or more. If you are more able, then syllabus becomes small. If your ability is less, then your syllabus become more. तो कहां ध्यान देना, हमको ध्यान देना है कि हम अपनी योग्यताओं को बढ़ाएं। कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन में पास होना है तो हमारी स्वयं की योग्यताओं को विकसित करना जरूरी है। यदि हम अपनी योग्यताओं को विकसित करते हैं तो हम दो चरणों में सफलता प्राप्त करते हैं। वी गेट सक्सेस एट 2 डिफरेंट स्टेजेस। नंबर 1, हम अपनी कमियां दूर करते हैं। नंबर 2, हम दूसरों से आगे निकलते हैं। प्रतियोगी परीक्षाओं में दूसरों से अगर आगे निकलना है तो वो किन्हीं जो इंपॉर्टेंट जो मुद्दे हैं, महत्वपूर्ण जो विषय हैं, जो महत्वपूर्ण बातें हैं, उस पर ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है। नंबर 1, बिलीव इन योर सेल्फ। अपने आप पर विश्वास रखना सीखिए। प्रतियोगिता जीतनी है, प्रतियोगिता परीक्षा में सफलता प्राप्त करनी है, नेट क्लियर करना है, नवोदय विद्यालय की परीक्षा क्रॉस करनी है, पास करनी है, जेआरएफ की स्कॉलरशिप लेनी है। अपने आप पर विश्वास रखना सीखिए। अगर आप अपने आप पर विश्वास नहीं रखते हैं तो आप उन परीक्षाओं में सफलताओं के नजदीक नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं। So believe in yourself. This belief can make lot of change. You can success, you can get success, you can succeed in your life only when you believe in yourself. अपने आप पर विश्वास रखिए, अपनी योग्यताओं को बढ़ाने की कोशिश करिए। जब हम मान लेंगे कि हम ये परीक्षा पास कर सकते हैं, तभी हम पास करेंगे। शुरुआत में हम ये मान लेते हैं कि हम वो परीक्षा पास नहीं कर सकते। करीब करीब 70 से 80% बच्चे ये मान लेते हैं कि सिलेबस बड़ा है, सिलेबस बहुत कठिन है, हम इसको पास नहीं कर सकते। ये उनकी गलत फहमी है, क्योंकि उनके अंदर आत्मविश्वास की कमी है। उन्होंने अपना आत्मविश्लेषण बराबर नहीं किया है, इसीलिए ये सारी दिक्कतें जो हैं वो पैदा होती हैं। तो इसीलिए अगर आपको सफलता प्राप्त करनी है, इफ यू वांट टू गेट सक्सेस, देन बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल, टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर योर ओन सक्सेस। आप अपनी सफलता के लिए स्वयं जिम्मेदार हैं। देन डेवलप जजमेंट एंड कॉमन सेंस। हमें अपना जजमेंट और कॉमन सेंस बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है। किसी भी प्रकार की सफलता, किसी भी प्रकार की प्रतियोगिता अच्छा रिजल्ट तभी देती है जब हम हार्ड वर्क करते हैं। When we work hard, then only we can get success. अगर हम प्रयत्न करते हैं तो हमें सफलता अवश्य मिलती है। इसीलिए सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण रखते हुए we say maintain positive attitude, appear and prepare for the examination. And for preparing the examination, we have to avoid certain mistakes. कुछ गलतियां हैं जो हम करते हैं जो हमें नहीं करना चाहिए। सबसे पहली गलती प्रतियोगिता परीक्षा के समय, and the mistake number 1 is not developing proper and systematic reading habit. हम सही तरीके की रीडिंग हैबिट, सही तरीके के अध्ययन का तरीका नहीं अपनाते हैं, जिसके कारण कि हमारी तैयारी अधूरी रह जाती है। We are not able to prepare because of this mistake, and then we are not able to manage time. गलती नंबर 2, mistake number 2, working hard without following qualities. We don't follow the quality things. What are the quality things? Number 1, smart work. Number 2, strategy. Number 3, consistency. And number 4, time management. बहुत मेहनत के बजाय कुशलता पूर्वक मेहनत, सोची समझी मेहनत, सही तरीके से की गई मेहनत, जिसको हम कहते हैं स्मार्ट वर्क। स्मार्ट वर्क हम उसे कहते हैं जिसको हम प्लान करते हैं स्ट्रेटेजिकली और फिर हम उसमें भाग लेते हैं। ये सभी क्वालिटीज, ऑल दीज क्वालिटीज ब्रिंग सक्सेस टू ए इंडिविजुअल, टू ए स्टूडेंट। मिस्टेक नंबर 3, कंसल्टिंग टू मेनी बुक्स। हम देखते हैं प्रतियोगिताएं, परीक्षाएं, जनरली हमारा संबंध नेट सेट और जेआरएफ के स्टूडेंट से आता है। बहुत सारी बुक आप खरीद लेते हो और फिर किसी भी बुक को ध्यान से नहीं पढ़ते। सो ऑलवेज गो फॉर सेलेक्टिव बुक्स। चयन की गई बुक जो है वही लीजिए और हर बुक को ध्यान से पढ़ें। रीड ए बुक मेनी टाइम एंड अंडरस्टैंड। मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि अगर आपको किसी किताब को पढ़ना है, किसी विषय को पढ़ना है, किसी अध्याय को पढ़ना है, किसी सब्जेक्ट को समझना है, तो या तो पढ़ पढ़ के समझें या समझ समझ के पढ़ें। अंडरस्टैंडिंग बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ड्यूरिंग कंपटीशन, क्योंकि वहां पर मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन नहीं रहेंगे, केवल आपके कंसेप्चुअल बेस्ड क्वेश्चन रहेंगे। कंसेप्ट जिसको बोलते हैं संकल्पना विकसित होना जरूरी है मस्तिष्क में। अगर हम किसी चीज को नींबू कह रहे हैं तो जैसे ही हम नींबू कहते हैं हमको समझ में आना चाहिए कि हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं। तो हम जो टर्म्स यूज करते हैं, टेक्निकल टर्म्स, उन सभी का अर्थ हमें समझ में आना चाहिए, तभी हम सफलता प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, तभी हम उस विषय को जो है समझ सकते हैं। मिस्टेक नंबर 3, बिलीविंग इन र्यूमर्स। अफवाहों के ऊपर विश्वास बहुत सारे विद्यार्थी करते हैं। यहां मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि वन शुड फॉलो रिलायबल सोर्सेस। वी शुड गेट इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम ऑथेंटिक सोर्सेस। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर नेट in social science, humanities, then we should follow the instructions given by NTA, National Testing Agency. That is the only authorized agency which gives you proper procedure, which gives you proper instruction. So we should not believe on rumor. अफवाहों पे ध्यान नहीं देना है। दूसरे ऐसा कह रहे हैं तो मैं भी उसको फॉलो करूं। कोई कह रहा है तो डेट बदल गई। No, you should check whether date has changed. So I will quote here now. NTA has postponed the date for filling up the forms. Please go to the folder of NTA, find out the instructions and fill up the forms accordingly. Still date is available for CSIR NTA also, and the NTA for humanities and social science. The date is still available. You can fill up the form still and prepare. Then we develop certain misconception. कुछ गलत संकल्पनाएं हमारे मस्तिष्क में हम बना लेते हैं प्रतियोगिताओं को लेकर, कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम को लेकर, स्पेशली असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसरशिप के लिए जो नेट और जेआरएफ है। क्या क्या गलतियां हम अपने दिमाग में जो है बना के रखते हैं। मिस्टेक नंबर 1, द मिसकंसेप्शन नंबर 1, ओनली ब्राइट स्टूडेंट्स कैन क्रैक द एग्जामिनेशन। ऐसा माना जाता है या ऐसी मान्यता बना ली हमने कि जो बहुत होशियार बच्चे हैं वही पास कर सकते हैं. अकॉर्डिंग टू मी इट इज नॉट 100% ट्रू. तो कौन परीक्षा पास कर सकता है? Anyone who prepares well can pass the examination. So preparation becomes an important aspect here. Misconception number 2. Study for 14 to 16 hours, then only you can pass the examination. No, this is also not true. You can study for 6 to 8 hours, but the study should be qualitative. Quality study is required. अगर हम क्वालिटी से अच्छे तरीके से पढ़ाई करते हैं तो 8 से 10 घंटे भी सफिशिएंट है. मेरे कहने का मतलब है 16 घंटे कंपलसरी नहीं है. नेट के लिए या जेआरएफ के लिए 16 घंटे जरूरी नहीं है. ऐसा कहीं लिखा हुआ नहीं कि जो 16 घंटे पढ़ेगा वही पास होगा. जो 8 से 10 घंटे पढ़ता है, अच्छे से पढ़ता है, यू प्रिपेयर वेल विथ प्रॉपर टाइम टेबल, विथ प्रॉपर strategy, then you can pass. Students with weak academics cannot pass exam. No. If you prepare well, you might have scored less marks in graduation, but if you start preparing right from today, you can definitely pass the competitive examination. Here I am talking about NET. You can definitely pass the NET examination. Anyone who give more attention, more focus can pass the examination. एक और मिसकंसेप्शन है, गलत संकल्पना है कि यू शुड ज्वाइन ए बिग कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट, यू शुड गो टू बिग सिटी. रूरल एरिया के बच्चे कहते हैं कि सर हम बड़े इंस्टीट्यूट में नहीं जा सकते इसीलिए पास नहीं कर सकते. ये संकल्पना भी, दिस कंसेप्शन इज आल्सो नॉट करेक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू मी. इट इज नॉट द इंस्टीट्यूट विच हेल्प्स यू, इट इज यू योरसेल्फ हेल्प्स यू. आप स्वयं की अपनी मदद करते हैं. सो इट इज सेल्फ स्टडी एंड फोकस विच विल ब्रिंग यू सक्सेस. So this is my request, all of you, to not to depend on others, depend on yourself. Mistake number 4. We don't follow healthy lifestyle. That means when we prepare, we are only involved in books. We are sitting only on table. We should not do that. We should follow a healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle means it should include some amount of exercise. It should include proper nutrition. It should include proper learning hours, proper studying hours, some time for your hobby, and at the end, proper rest and sleep. To get more observation, to understand the subjects in detail, your brain, your mind, your body should get enough sleep. So the duration of sleep varies. Some of you may require 8 hours sleep. Some of you may require 5 to 6 hours sleep. It all depends how your body works. But it should be enough. The rest should be enough so that you are ready, you are prepared for the next day. Next mistake is we don't follow the timetable. The timetable which we prepare, we don't follow. When we don't follow, we are not able to complete the thing. And when we are not able to complete the thing, then we suffer at the end. Our preparation is not complete during the examination. So it is better to follow proper timetable strategically and complete the preparation. Then step number 3, during the competition, means in examination hall. What mistake we do, we read our notes, we read our books till the last moment before entering the examination hall. Examination hall में जाने के पश्चात, अंदर घुसने के पहले भी हम किताबें पढ़ते रहते हैं. That is wrong. परीक्षा के 2 दिन पहले कम से कम you should take complete rest. एग्जामिनेशन के सेंटर पर कोई नोट्स, कोई बुक, कोई भी कागज आपको नहीं ले जाना है. You have to go there with relaxed mood. We develop tension just before the examination. So you can do 2 things. Take a glass of water, do deep breathing and relax. The third mistake which we do is we do not read the question paper properly. And we don't understand the question. If you don't read it, you will not understand the question. Making silly mistakes during examination. Because we are in hurry, we make silly mistakes. then we don't focus on our paper, we don't focus on our computer, we try to look to the others what they are doing. Don't divert your attention there. Just focus on your work, finish it in time, and then we give up. We leave certain questions कि हमको नहीं आएगा. We don't try because net there is no negative marking. Try each and every question. Don't leave. You are losing your mark if you are leaving. Then we are sometimes giving more time to one question. See, net has got only 60 minutes for 60 questions in paper 1. So you have got on an average 1 minute for each question. If you are giving 5 minutes, that means you are losing time for another 4-5 questions. So don't do that. Then what we do, we discuss the question paper. When we go out, we discuss and we get confused. So don't do that. Don't discuss the question paper when you go out. So this is the mistake which we do during the competition. That means at the examination center, these mistakes we do. So what I suggest for taking part in and preparation for NET examination, we should go step by step. Number 1, we should decide the entry by knowing what opportunities are available after NET and after JRF. We should fill up the form in time so that we can prepare, we have enough time for preparation. As per the new guideline, the age for male is 30 years and age for female is 35 years to get JRF. The mode of examination is computer based test, that is known as CBT. Till today, they have not instructed regarding negative marking. That means they have not included negative marking either in paper 1 or in paper 2. That is why you should try to solve all the questions. All the questions are objective type, multiple choice questions. So don't leave them, try to solve them. Duration of examination is, as on today, is 1 plus 2 hours. That means total is 3 hours. You get 1 hour for paper 1, that means 1 complete hour for paper 1 and 2 hours for paper 2. And your result becomes on the basis of paper 1 and paper 2. Suppose if you have got your target for JRF, then you should be able to complete 35 correct questions in paper 1. And you should be able to score around 65% in paper 2. Then only your berth can be sure for JRF. See, now all of you know the pattern has changed now. Previously, the pattern was like this. The marks of paper 1 and 2 were only screening marks. They were not counted for merit. But now paper 1 has become an important part of your result. So at any cost, you must score more than first class. That means above 60%. And if you score 70%, then you are sure for your JRF berth. And for even NET also, you should never score less than 60% marks in paper 1. Then there are certain points which you remember while filling up the forms. If you make mistakes in filling up the form, then your form may be rejected. So certain norms that your name, your date of birth, your father's name should be as per your SSC document. So your SSC document becomes an important document for filling up the form. NTA has given the procedure in their handler, complete procedure. You should read it and you should follow the procedure completely. Previously, the NET was conducted by UGC, then followed by CBSE, but now the complete responsibility is given to NTA, National Testing Agency. And they have got certain eligibility criteria which is available on their website. The important thing, you should score 55% marks if you are in general category, if you are in open category, and 5% relaxation is given to reserve category. So you should prepare everything systematically. The first responsibility of a candidate who is appearing for NET is to read all instructions given by NTA. Number 2, fill up the forms in time. Number 3, go through the syllabus completely. If you follow the syllabus, if you understand the syllabus, then only you can prepare for the examination. So I will speak 5 minutes only on what is to be done in paper 1 and what is to be done in paper 2. See, paper 1 is common to everyone. That means if you are appearing for NET in psychology or in sociology or Hindi, Marathi or English, paper 1 is common. But now the number of days are more. Previously it used to be only 1 day. We have got paper 1 named as general paper on teaching and research aptitude. What is UGC's expectation is that a person who is preparing for NET or JRF should be good in teaching. He should know the teaching procedure, teaching methodology correctly, and he should have a research aptitude. So they have got 10 units. Each unit should be given equal importance. On an average, there are 5 questions asked from each unit according to their instructions given in the NTA folder. But sometimes it may vary also. Sometimes they ask more questions on teaching method, sometimes they ask more questions on research method. The unit of research is an important unit for paper 1 because it is included in physical education, education and other papers in paper 2 also. So you should prepare in detail. Research aptitude, teaching aptitude, communication, comprehension, mathematical reasoning, logical reasoning, data interpretation, environmental science, ICT, higher education. These are the 10 units which are included. तो कैसे करना है तैयारी, कैसे जाना है? First step, you should read and understand the syllabus. Number 2, prepare notes on each and every unit separately. Fresh notes. Don't follow too many books. Select the books for paper 1 also, select the books for paper 2 also, and start preparing notes. You can pass the examination when your concepts are clear. You should be able to answer the technical terms. If you understand the technical terms correctly, then you are well prepared for examination. Paper 2 also in physical education for NET and JRF has got 10 units. These 10 units include history, philosophy, physiology, biomechanics, psychology, sports management, research method, test and measurement, teaching aptitude, historical development of professional preparation in India, especially physical education profession. So all the 10 units become important, but there are certain technical units like biomechanics, physiology, test and measurement, research method. Go through each and every small aspect, prepare notes, try to understand the terms. When you read reference books, there are technical terms given at the end called glossary. Notes बनाइए, उसकी अपना register बनाइए. Suppose I am talking of research methodology for paper 1 and paper 2. If there is a unit of sampling, जितने भी प्रकार की सैम्पलिंग हैं सबके नोट्स आप बनाइए. जितने भी प्रकार की टर्म्स वहां पर आती हैं, वो कहते हैं टी टेस्ट. We don't know T is small or T is capital. What is t-test? We sometimes get confused in t-scale and t-test. No, we should not make those mistakes. Normal probability curve. केवल टर्म पढ़ने से नहीं होगा. You have to make the figure, understand the plotting, everything in detail. Sometimes there is a calculation asked on the basis of normal probability curve. तो एक एक टर्म, एक एक यूनिट, एक एक सब यूनिट, एक एक कंसेप्ट. So it is conceptual based learning, conceptual based training, which is important. मैं हमेशा कहता हूं पढ़ पढ़ के समझो या समझ समझ के पढ़ो. समझना बहुत जरूरी है. And we can understand the things in life, whether it is based on books, it is based on topic, or it is based on any subject, when we develop a very good observation power, very good reasoning ability, very good logical ability. These things are very important. So, what is the mantra to success in life or in competitive examination? Is to develop your own abilities, to remove your own weakness, to develop the strong point, to develop the positive attitude. If you develop yourself, you can pass any examination. Remember, your self-belief plays very, very important role. Positive attitude plays a very significant role. So start believing yourself. जो दूसरे कहते हैं उसके बजाय आप अपने आप का आत्मविश्लेषण कीजिए, अपने आप पर विश्वास रखना सीखिए. मुझे उम्मीद है कि जो मैं आज यहाँ पर लाइव आया हूँ, इसके लिए मैं डॉक्टर पीयूष जैन का धन्यवाद अदा करता हूँ, पेफी फाउंडेशन का धन्यवाद अदा करता हूँ कि जो मुझे कहना था बच्चों से राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर, नेशनल लेवल पर, उसके लिए उन्होंने मुझे प्लेटफॉर्म दिया. उनका मैं आभारी हूँ. और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपने वो सब समझ लिया होगा जो मैं कहना चाहता हूँ. जो स्टेप्स आपको बताए हैं, जो गलतियां आपको बताई हैं, उम्मीद है कि आप वो गलती नहीं करेंगे और जो स्टेप्स आपको बताए हैं उनको फॉलो करेंगे. Remember, it is not only mugging up of syllabus which will give you success in competitive examination. Remember, you have to build yourself. अपने आप को बनाना है. You have to improve the ability. You have to fight with yourself to improve. तो ये सब मिलकर जब आपका व्यक्तित्व बनता है, all those factors improves your personality. And then you success not only in NET and JRF, but in interviews also, in your life also, in your society also, and then you can become a citizen who can work for our country. So I don't believe only in NET, passing the NET will become everything. It is an important aspect. It is a compulsory and mandatory aspect for getting a job, for getting a scholarship. That is given by government. But what you should focus to develop yourself. क्या क्या कर सकते हैं हम जिससे कि हमारे अंदर उत्थान हो सकता है, हम अपनी योग्यताएं बढ़ा सकते हैं. Follow the timetable. There are certain good habits. There are certain good lifestyle. Try to follow. You will enjoy working. You will enjoy studying. You will enjoy preparing. And you will sit in examination. You will get success with lot of enjoyment. Hope I have make my point very clear. मुझे उम्मीद है कि जो मैं आपसे कहना चाहता था कह चुका हूँ. फिर से एक बार डॉक्टर पीयूष जैन और पेफी फाउंडेशन का मैं यहाँ धन्यवाद अदा करता हूँ. आप सभी का धन्यवाद अदा करता हूँ कि आपने मुझे यहाँ सुन लिया. So thank you very much.